Hello everybody, you've reached Rockland World Radio, live and direct. I have my special co-host with me, Paula Munson.
Hello.
And I am Lena Shockley. We have a special treat for you today. What's the date today, Paul?
February 17th.
February 17th, okay. And we're going to talk to you about our magazine, Mountain Dog Entertainment Magazine, and then we're also going to be discussing with you freedom from the sick days that you can have. This is a very strange winter here in New York, and there's a lot of people who are very, very sick and under the weather due to the climate change here. It's a very drastic climate change. What do you think about the bizarre weather here, Paul, when you think about it? You got the snow one day, you got the ice, raining, then it's 50 degrees.
It happened like 10 years ago. It did. 10 years ago. So we're wearing a t-shirt in winter time.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. It's very crazy. And the thing is, you think about it, there's a lot of scientists saying that we're going to have a climate change to the point that we're going to be like Florida a little bit. So it seems like it's happening quicker. They said that was going to happen in 40 years. I think it's going to be happening quicker. Because look at how many snow days we've had up here. One or two, right?
It was like yesterday.
Yeah. Whereas you look at last year, we got piled with snow.
It was like 5 below zero every day.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want to give you some tips on how to take care of yourself with your health. There's a lot of friends calling me right now talking about they have laryngitis and they've got the flu and they've got all kinds of things and they're very sick.
Certain things you could take for that, echinacea is one.
That's true. That's true.
Vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, vitamins and
Build up your
minerals.
immune system.
Yeah, I agree with that totally because you think about it, our ancestors, they ate all the natural foods. And now they're mentioning that a lot of us are much more sicker than we were, say, 100 years ago.
That's because of processing. Now it takes all the vitamins and the minerals
True.
and everything we're out of it.
Very true.
Everything you eat.
Very true. So if you think
everybody's
about it.
Depleted in vitamins. This is true.
Yes, I agree with it. And that's the thing. A lot of people, they don't pay attention to the depletion in the nutrition of the food. They don't pay attention to vitamins. You ask them when they're deadly sick, they say, oh, I don't believe in that. Well, they're going to have to find out what to do in order to save their life because, we only have one body, we have one vessel, we call it a pyramid. We got to take care of it. It's just like a car, right? We got to put oil in the car and what else do we put in the car, John?
Transmission fluid.
Transmission fluid.
All the processing they're using in the food today kills and destroys all the vitamins and the minerals in your food you're eating now.
It's scary when you think about it, right? It's very scary, and as a result, a lot of people are getting sicker and they're leaving the planet earlier.
Because their immune system's getting lower and lower and lower.
Yeah. It's very frightening. And a lot of the clothing are not protecting people any longer. They're wearing the cheesiest, cheap clothing. They're making
Shorts.
Yes.
As you can see, people
Shorts in the
wearing
winter time.
shorts with a tank top. It's 40 degrees outside.
And flip-flops on with
And
no
flip-flops,
no
No
socks.
Wonder why they're getting sick.
Exactly. When they get older, they wonder why they have arthritis in their knees.
Very true, very true. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here with arthritis and they walk around with hardly any clothes on. But the cold sets into the bones and as you get older, you have a problem. These things show up in your 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Even earlier now.
That's true, right?
I'm serious.
That's true. That's true.
So just read a little bit of this. Show the public the article here. Yes, and this is freedom from sickness. Okay, and we want everyone to try to take a grasp about their health, take a chance.
I don't know how to zoom in.
It's okay. It's all right.
So,
Yeah. So just read a little bit of that for us, Paul.
which part do you want to read?
Maybe the first part there.
First part. All right, it says, last year flu season was a doozy, and many women got her flu. still got sick. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report the vaccine was just 19% effective in preventing doctor visits. So this year, we're taking extra steps to boost cohort or twin Sonia ultimate immunity says that will do far more than sniffles. The immune system provides the foundation for well-being. It's strong and balanced. It's less likely to fail when you have the next flu epidemic arrives. And also less likely to overreact to harmless substances in food, the environment, which we talked about,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
to trigger an autoimmune reaction against your own issues.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
glasses.
I know, I forgot you. And I need glasses too.
Getting older.
Yes, we're getting older. Take vitamin A for the eyes and bilberry, right?
Good for night vision.
Yeah, you know, they used to say the pilots from World War II would take bilberry jam, and they said it would help them see
At night.
at nighttime when they were over in Europe. So I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And this doctor's name is Elson Haas. Okay, and he wrote a book called Ultimate Immunity. So this is something that you might want to check out. He's talking about eating a super salad. And a super salad would consist of things like walnuts, raisins, apples. These things have vitamins in them. You know, sunflower seeds, things like that. Boiled eggs will clean out and detoxify your liver. Things like that's considered a super salad. And definitely, if you want darker greens, darker leafy greens are great for chlorophyll, help your body out to cleanse it. Most people like iceberg lettuce. And that's a fun lettuce that we all grew up with, but the doctors are saying it's not very nutritious. You know, so if you can eat darker green leafy vegetables, you want to go for that when you get in a salad. Okay? And then the doctor's also talking about upping your protein. Okay, and right here they're showing an omelet with some tomatoes and some lettuce. An omelet is a very healthy thing, but if you're a person that has high cholesterol, you might want to use egg whites to substitute your omelet. They're not very tasty, but you know, you could experiment with other things and add it to the omelet. Some people saute mushrooms and add it into the egg white. And, you know, they put in like a vegetarian cheese over it or a salsa to make it a little bit more exciting. So there's many different ways you can fool around with the quality protein. Most people need at least 32 grams of protein in the morning so that they can have all the energy throughout the day to flow. When you're eating a small amount of protein, especially in the morning, you get very tired. And then you wonder why you're so tired throughout the whole day.
And if they're eating sugar, got energy for an hour. then
That's
you
right.
go to-
Just goes right down. Just goes right down. And most people are into sugar. The planet, people talk about the planet loves sugar, you know? So,
Diabetes, you know.
yes, absolutely. And
People are
that's,
gaining weight also.
and that's the scary thing about it. I mean, people are addicted to sugar. When you speak to people all across the planet, you say, what is the favorite thing you eat in your country? And it's something heavily loaded with sugar. You know, I've been to Native American festivals, and the first thing they'll offer you is some fried bread loaded with jelly.
That's a lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar. And that they tell me that's most of their diet.
And it's not good for your immune system.
No, no, no. And what I noticed, a lot of my friends from India, they tell me most of the population is diabetic. And I think it could be from the naan bread. The naan, N-A-A-N, is very delicious. But when you look on the back of it, you know, the ingredients, it's loaded with carbs. And, you know,
What's in the sugar?
which converts into sugar, right? So if you're, say, eating 5 pieces of that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, well, yeah, by the time you're 40, you're going to be a diabetic. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, so I'm glad you brought that up right there. And what's a quality protein you like to eat?
Chicken,
Chicken? That's,
turkey,
yeah.
eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, chicken is very good. I was reading that chicken drumsticks are so great for energy. The chicken drumstick is, if you eat a lot of those, helps you burn fat and convert calories. Okay, so they're telling everybody now to try to eat as much chicken legs as possible, because a lot of Americans suffer from diabetes and, you know, a large amount of weight.
And nuts is high in protein.
Yes,
It's
those are
also
good.
beneficial for men, nuts.
What kind of nuts do you like to consume?
Just cashews are good, peanuts.
Oh, those are good, yeah. I like cashews.
A lot
What
of
about
zinc
you?
in them. Actually, there's a lot of zinc in nuts, which also builds up your immune system.
Nice. What about, I think they said sunflower seeds too with the zinc, right?
Yeah.
I like to sprinkle those in the salad, or sometimes if I'm at the movies, I'll sneak in some sunflower seeds instead of eating chocolate candy from the concession stand.
Maybe some chocolate covered peanuts.
That's good too. That's very good. Yeah. And what about walnuts? Do you like to eat walnuts?
Nah, pecan. I love pecans.
Oh, pecans. Yeah. What about you? You eat a lot of pecans yourself?
I like the cashews and the peanuts.
Yeah, those are good.
Walnuts you can just sprinkle on cakes and things like
Yeah.
that. You know, ice cream.
Yeah, that's true. And so eat your quality proteins. Even if you can't afford really great proteins, get yourself a protein shake with very low amount of sugar in it. Get yourself some almond milk or coconut milk or low-fat milk, 1%
Blend up
skim.
some strawberries,
Yeah.
bananas for everyone.
That's
So
right,
get a
that's
little
right.
taste.
That's right, and you'll be able to, you know, fuel your body with something positive, and you'll have good quality protein, you know, with fruit and vegetables in there. You'll feel like $1 million, you know? Now, another thing they're talking about is distressing with a song. Now, you are a musician, so you know about this, how powerful music is to the soul, right? It's very, very powerful. Yeah. Being a drummer, you know, and a lot of people actually love music. They're fans of music. And a lot of people tell me that music soothes their soul. So sometimes if you're very, very stressed out, you know, put on some music if you can. If you have to be quiet, put the headphones on and put on your most favorite music. Nobody's around, dance around the room. You'll be surprised how great you'll feel.
I used to put headphones on and fall asleep in 5 minutes.
Nice. What's your favorite music you like to listen to when you fall asleep?
Well, usually it's pop rock or rock.
Yeah, soft rock and things like that. That's good stuff. You know, a lot of Aerosmith puts me to sleep. You know, a lot of that.
There's a lot of Tyler Smith there.
Yeah. Good stuff. And then they're also talking about hitting the fitness sweet spot. Exercise helps immune cells patrol the body more efficiently. It's very true. If you can, say you don't have a lot of money and you have to go get some exercise, you can go out for a walk, right? Take a brisk walk.
Actually, it helps reduce your blood pressure.
Nice.
Reduces a lot of things. Walking.
Nice.
Walking.
Yeah, so, you know, take a walk. If you're a very heavy-set person and the doctor tells you to walk, start with 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day. Breathe in and out of your, you know, inhale, exhale. Don't just breathe, do shallow breathing. Breathe through your nose, breathe out your mouth, you know. Get a quality breathing going as you're doing your walking program. Take some water with you. You know, take your ID with you, so say your health is not quite right, you know, they can locate your loved ones, you see. So fitness is very important. You don't have to go into the gym and spend a lot of money, but if you can at least get some quality walking in or get on a treadmill, you'd be surprised at what that can do for your immune system.
Even a bike.
A bike is affordable usually. Yeah, you
Get
can.
a heart beating. keep it
That's right.
pumping.
Yeah. And I think you were telling me years ago you had lost a lot of weight, right? And you got yourself into shape and everything like that. And how did you do that?
Stress.
Really? How much weight did you lose?
I don't know, 40, 50 pounds maybe.
Wow, that's serious. That's it, but you feel better since you've lost
Sure.
it. That's great. And how do you keep it off yourself?
I just don't eat a lot of protein, really.
Oh, okay, okay, that's a trick, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people say when they eat a lot of protein, they're not hungry anymore, you know? And a lot of people are talking about, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm so hungry. But you ask them what they're eating, they're mostly eating bread. That's also why they're tired, sugar. Like you said, they want to quickly get a Snicker candy bar or one of those. And yeah, they taste great, and you get a quick surge of energy, but then you crash.
Right.
So it's really, really important to try to, even though those things are tempting, reach out for something healthier for yourself.
And take natural vitamins and minerals, a lot of them synthetic out there, but
Yeah.
definitely go for natural.
For the natural.
Your body's gonna absorb the natural, or you're
That's
gonna
right.
absorb synthetic.
That's very true, and I like what you said, because a lot of people don't know that, and they're out there buying, you know, like DL, for synthetic vitamin, like
Right.
vitamin E, thinking that they're gonna be able to help protect the heart, but the synthetic just goes right into the kidney, it collects, and then later on it turns into some kind of awfulness, you know? So the natural vitamins are the ones that our bodies know,
Right.
you know? It was awesome, awesome. Well, I mean, they have some great information here. Definitely check out this doctor's book, you know, if you have immune problems, if you're feeling sick all the time. A lot of people think you're supposed to get sick in the winter. It's not true. You can protect yourself and be non-sick in the winter. And say, for example, if you've got a vitamin A deficiency and you're catching colds all in your throat all the time, very important for you to wrap up your throat. Either wear a turtleneck or a scarf, something to keep this area protected from the cold weather. Sometimes we have vitamin deficiencies from our ancestors. They passed them down to us, and we have to protect ourselves so that we can continue. Yet remember, we don't have fur like the animals. They can protect themselves. They have fur and, you know, teeth, strong teeth and nails and things, but, you know, us, we're humans, we have no protection, so we have to,
I guarantee 99% of the world's population is deficient in vitamins and minerals.
isn't that amazing? It's mind-blowing, and it's sad if you think about it. It's
That's why
really,
everybody's getting sick.
it's really sad when you think about it, you know? And a lot of people, they're thinking that we have this organic environment. It's not like that anymore. You know, it's so toxic, and the pollution and everything has destroyed.
And everything's processed now.
Processed, yeah. I mean, look at the quality foods we grew up on when we were kids. And you look at the stuff of today, you read the back of it, and there are so many things in the foods you can't even pronounce.
Which is causing cancer, really.
Sure, it's very scary when you think about it.
Colorants and additives.
Yeah, yeah. And then you got the poor children who are playing video games.
Mhm.
They're not even getting out and going on a bike. I don't even think the gym programs are every day now at school. Years ago, you know, we
We
had
had gym
gym
every
many
day.
years. They would send us out for soccer and kickball and whatever we were doing,
Yeah, exactly.
you know. And now you got everybody playing video games.
Yeah. Parents used to kick you out of the house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Go outside and play.
it could be snowing, you'd
Yeah.
be out there in the
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah.
Go to the snow fort trying to keep warm.
True,
Yep.
true, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the fall, you was out raking leaves, diving in the leaves.
Yeah, you always
Had
had
a lot-
to something to do.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah. It's
Now,
amazing.
Kids live in their rooms, you don't even see them for days.
exactly.
Open the door to see if they're still alive. Only come out to eat, that's about it.
Yep.
Oh, God, that's amazing. That's amazing. And then there's one more thing that he's talking about here. He's talking about rejuvenating the thymus. A healthy thymus gland develops T cells, the major regulators of immune function. Okay, but the gland slows as we age, and stress hastens the process. To wake up the gland, Dr. Haas advises placing your hand over the thymus, just beneath the collarbone, above the heart, and circulating clockwise. Then pat the area with your fingers while humming. That's pretty interesting. Sound and touch create vibrations to rev the gland. That's pretty fascinating. That's something I've never heard of before. But, you know, obviously some scientist has discovered that and they've checked that out, which is why that would be in here. But yeah, definitely freedom from sick days. The Ultimate Immunity by Dr. Elson Haas. You know, so definitely check that out when you can, being that, you know, it's been a very tough winter on everyone here. Definitely hold that for me for 1 minute. And we just want to say thank you to Lally, MC Lally. He was at our PDK, Polycystic Kidney Disease Find a Cure fundraiser. And he was there for Valentine's Day with his wife. This was Sunday, okay, 2016. And he did a dynamite job.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. And he's on the cover here of one of my older summer edition Mountain Dog Entertainment magazines. You're going to see him on more of our shows. He's planning on doing a lot of different events with us. He has a great voice, and he was a very positive force, speaking about, you know, how many people are dying in America of many different sicknesses. It's not just polycystic kidney disease, but we definitely, everyone, you know, look into the polycystic kidney disease. There's over 600,000 people with that disease, and it consists of the actual people that are, how should I say, growing cysts in their kidneys. It's genetic, and there's no cure. They're not able to, after a while, live a healthy life. They have to go on dialysis, usually 3 or 4 times a week. Some people are on it every day, but there's a lot of people out here suffering from that. There was a scientist that was studying this disease, and then what happened was he got old, he died of old age, passed away, and they have not had anybody else studying this disease. I also looked up, there's a Chinese institute in Boston. They're very expensive, they don't accept health insurance, and they claim that they've cured 4 people on Chinese medicine. So, like, you would have to stay there and you know, sign a special statement just in case something happened to you. And, you know, your average person does not have over $10,000 plus in 6 months to go to an institute to try to become, you know, get cured. So we definitely are interested in laser therapy research, and we would like a scientist to, you know, check that out. I noticed a lot of laser therapy has been very successful on a lot of friends that have had tumors and cysts and fibroids. So I'm assuming, you know, hey, somebody should check it out and try to learn about it for the kidneys.
There's more people getting cysts on their adrenal glands too, which sit on top of your kidneys.
Oh God, that's frightening. It's got to be something in the foods, I'm thinking. You know, something is not right, because there's just too many people out here with cancer and kidney problems, and now the government doesn't even know how they're going to take care of all these people.
Well, all these preservatives they put in the food now, it makes it preserve the food for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's
so
frightening.
It's got to be bad for you.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Exactly.
I mean, there's people talking about their stuff on the shelf, you can leave on the shelf for 5 years. That couldn't be nutritional. You know, so we have to go back to our roots, you know, what the people were eating back in the 60s and the 50s and stuff like that, because stuff of today is for the birds when you think about it. It's definitely
But
for
even
the
the
birds.
townships now, they're stopping people from even farming now. You can't even plant anything in your yard
So
anymore.
sad. That's just sad.
They're stopping that.
Yeah, that's disgusting, and that could be big government maybe, you know. Monsanto's, you know. A lot of people talk about they're growing corn, organic corn, and if Monsanto's corn, which is genetically engineered, that's spliced with rat hair and, you know, other types of genes, genetically engineered corn lands in their field, and it starts to grow, then they can get fined. So that's backward thinking. That's backward thinking. If we have natural food, natural corn, those are the people that should be protected.
Well, there's 7 billion people in the world. How do you feed 7 billion people every day?
True, very true.
It's phenomenal.
Phenomenal when you think about it.
I mean, they gotta be creating food genetically somehow.
Yeah, it's scary.
And they're not telling us about it.
Oh, sure. And they mentioned this with Monsanto's, that they are growing this genetically engineered corn, and they're shipping it to the third world countries to feed those people. Who knows what's gonna happen to those people?
You know, that's what's in it.
They don't know what's in it, and they're just hungry, so they're gonna just eat it. It's like an experiment or something. It's very scary when you think about it.
It is.
It's very, very scary, you know.
Everybody's getting sick.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, if people just go out and get together, grassroots organizations, you don't have to be crazy to take the country back, you know, just grassroots organizations sitting down, meeting with each other, town meetings, signing petitions to get the legislators to pay attention. And with enough signatures, you can turn, you know, an idea into an actual law. And we can help to protect our country and the world from harm. You know, all it takes is a signature.
A lot of us go to the FDA. They want to keep pushing all these drugs.
True, it's
Remember
sad.
Prevention Magazine?
I
They
remember
used to
that.
advertise all kinds of vitamins, minerals. in
Yeah.
there. There ain't no more vitamins and minerals in there. It's all drugs now.
Wow, so that means it was taken over in a way, if you think about
Yeah,
it.
by the pharmacies.
Deep,
Yeah,
that
pharmaceutical
is deep.
companies took over Prevention Magazine.
Well, look at that pharmacist up there in Washington DC. You know, he was arrested and he had invented, you know, a drug that people need to save their lives. I think for AIDS, and he started charging a really high amount for each pill. You know, and he has no
Highway
remorse.
robbery, right?
Yeah, it's sad when you think about it. But, you know, I do believe that there's a lot of cures in the food, the original organic food that God originally put here. And people need to wake up and try to, you know, take their lives back. And I know many years ago, we had met a couple, they've both passed now, but they were great people in Manhattan, and they had taught us how to eat organic foods and how to mix a lot of the natural foods together to get a synergistic result. And the science behind it was well proven by a scientist called Gary Knoll. And Gary Knoll has an institute in Manhattan where he will actually, if you need his help, if you contact him and say you're terminal and you want to get into his program, he'll actually help you save your life, you know. So, I mean, he was a phenomenal person.
One of the few.
Yeah, one of the few, that's right. You know, and,
All doctors see is dollar signs.
Oh, yeah.
And money.
yeah, you know. And it's very sad when you think about it, because a lot of the people are just totally out to lunch. They're dependent on what a doctor says. And you always have to be able to find out for yourself what's going on, too. You can't just depend on what they're saying.
Yeah, get a second opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've seen people that have used oxygen therapy when they've been given a prognosis of, you know, they're going to die in 6 weeks or whatever. And they've gotten on oxygen therapy, and then they're still walking testimonies today. They're still here today. And of course, they cleaned their whole diet up, and they got rid of the sugar. Everybody tells me the sugar is so toxic.
Your immune system, yeah.
Scary.
The whole body. You know,
Yeah, and-
organs, everything.
And they've mentioned that when they do science experiments on rats, they will keep eating the sugar constantly until they just die. It's like, it's so addictive, it's like cocaine. So we really have to try to rid the sugar out of our lives. I know it's hard. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't live without sugar, you know, but I'm not asking you to live without it. I'm just saying just really lessen it as much as possible. If you can maybe try other substitutes, that will help you. Especially the white sugar is really, really bad for you. That's bleached sugar. If you're gonna eat it in its natural state. They do at the stores sell it in a natural state.
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane, yeah, and that is so much healthier for your body. Your body knows what to do with that.
Right, it's natural.
Yeah, yeah. So we just want to thank you for tuning in to Rockland Road Radio every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. We have Paula Munson, Lena Shockley, and if you would like to be in our magazine, Mountain Dog Entertainment Magazine, definitely contact me, Lena Shockley or Paul Amundsen. All right, and Paul has a great website that he'd like to give you information on as well. Yeah. Showtime Gigs.com, yeah.
Yeah, we do websites, we'll help promote your business. We're
Yes,
starting to come out with our new music,
yes,
our radio station. Me
Yeah.
and Lena's gonna be on, we're gonna do some things on there too.
Yeah.
Gonna put your videos on there.
Yeah.
We can get you promoted. It's gonna come out real soon, I'll get it up on Facebook, I promise.
yes. And shout outs to Donna Mahoney and also to Sylvia Stevens. We know that you're watching from the ATL every week. Just want to thank you for being a loyal follower, live and direct. Shout outs to you, Sylvia. Okay, you have a good night. Thank you.